Ladies and gentlemen, I've been telling everybody that the Federal Bureau of Investigation is already involved or has been already involved in searching Biden's properties. Today, we find out without a shadow of a doubt that that's indeed the case. CNN, Federal Bureau of Investigation, searches Biden's Wilmington home and finds more classified materials. I believe that the Democratic Party wants this man to resign. I don't think there's anything outlandish or there's any kind of um, scenario that is too bizarre to imagine when it comes to what's taking place. This is a Democratic Party and a political system that impeached Trump because he had the audacity to ask somebody to investigate Biden, not withhold information or assistance, but simply asking a foreign leader to investigate Biden, who was very corrupt and potentially committed crimes in that country. That was grounds for impeachment. And now we're finding out that while he was impeached, Trump in 2019, Hunter was being investigated by the federal government as the federal government or the Congress was impeaching Trump for doing exactly what the federal government was doing with Hunter. So you can't make this up. I don't think they want this man to be president in 24. I think they want him to resign. And I think they want Kamala Harris to take over. That's just my viewpoint. I don't think anything is too outlandish or bizarre or over the top. I think this is not just a potential outcome. I think that's what Democrats want. But here, let's read this. Here you have FBI investigators on Friday found, okay, the federal search, hold on one second. FBI investigators on Friday found additional classified material while conducting a search of President Joe Biden's Wilmington, Delaware home. I remember doing segments the past week saying, okay, this is going to happen, and people just yawning. That's not, I don't believe it when I see it. I don't believe it when I see it. Nothing's ever gonna happen. Well, it's happening. I don't know what more people want. He's not going to be arrested tomorrow and walking with like handcuffs. That's not going to happen. But this is a complete and utter sea change, a paradigm shift from what people have expected the past couple of years. They're on the defensive, and not only are they on the defensive, the system is turning on Biden. Ron Klain, as chief of staff, has resigned. There's a special counsel that Garland created to investigate Biden. This is not normal. They're not doing this to be transparent and apolitical. They know they cannot defeat Trump in 24. Okay, they know that. Not with mashed potato brains, not with an impeachment that exposes and reveals massive corruption, graft, potential bribery schemes with laptops and money flow that show criminal activity. But here, the president's personal attorney, a statement search which took over nearly 13 hours on Friday. DOJ took possession of materials it deemed within the scope of its inquiry, including 6 items consisting of documents with classified markings and surrounding material, some of which were the president's service in the Senate, and some of which were from his tenure as vice president. So senators don't have the ability to declassify anything. So there goes that defense. If he lost classified data while he was senator, then that's a criminal act, or it could be viewed as a criminal act. And you can't say, well, he was vice president, because even even if he was vice president and lost classified data, that doesn't mean he declassified the data, because President Obama's executive order only stated that a vice president could declassify what he or she originally classified. Unlike the president that has broad and sweeping authority to declassify anything. Furthermore, you know how Trump acquired the documents. And you know that the Federal Bureau of Investigation also knew where they were held. With Biden, they're finding new classified, batches every single day, and he doesn't know. It would be different if he was like, "Oh yeah, man, cornflakes. I gave it to cornflakes, and he was holding it for me, man." But he's not. He's not. That's infinitely worse. And then you see him here in media. Oh well, it's just this. It's Trump is worse. No, it's not. Trump's situation. He's a former president, and we know it's not worse. He wasn't indicted. You can actually indict Biden for this technically. Hit subscribe to this channel every day at 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. Pacific time on H.A. Goodman. You'll have videos, and I can't. I'm very thankful for everyone that checks the channel in the morning. And ladies and gentlemen, also, H.A. Goodman's other channel. I have an important segment there, and I'll have a segment later tonight on H.A. Goodman's other channel. 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. Pacific every day there. To my new Patreons, I can't thank you enough. I don't have $20 million in venture capital funding like some people, and I appreciate your support. Also, the super thanks is below next to the like and the share buttons. And go to hagoodman.com to read my writing in The Hill, the Huffington Post, Salon, the Jerusalem Post, the Federalist, and other publications. Become part of a newsletter. So the Federal Bureau of Investigation is now raided essentially Biden's home. Now the fanfare, there's no fanfare. This is the same thing they did with Mar-a-Lago. The difference is that there's no fanfare, and um, you know, there's no oh my God, he's going to be indicted and arrested. They want to take him down, but take him down slowly and methodically. And he wasn't a popular president before this. Okay, he barely had a 40% approval rating, and that's with all of media propping him up. See, it's interesting when there's a couple of publications. Oh well, public opinion polls show that people understand Trump's classified data breach is worse than Biden's. You have all of media, virtually all of media, propping up Biden and saying that Trump is worse on everything. Of course, polls are going to lean towards. And by the way, the numbers were like only separated by 4 or 5 points. That's not even 3 or 4 points, something like that. Even with everything propping up Biden, you still have them very close in the polls on every issue. And that's with the economy going into another recession. This is much worse than Trump's classified data issue, which wasn't even, they didn't indict him. Okay. And they didn't indict him not because he's a former president, because he's a former president, but not because they're covering up anything. If they could actually charge Trump on classified data, they would. But they can't, so they won't. But they derived endless coverage, just like with the Mueller probe and the Georgia investigation in New York. They can't find anything on Trump. With Hunter, you can indict Joe just from the laptop, easily. With this, you can indict Joe, especially if his service is the Senate, right here. I mean, it's right there, ladies and gentlemen. I might be the first person on YouTube to explain that this is a big issue. This is not just an issue where I'm talking about the Senate issue. Okay, right there, President's service in the Senate. If he lost classified data as a senator, then you're looking at no defense regarding. You can't defend that saying, "Oh," you simply can't defend that saying, "Oh, he declassified." Senators can't declassify. I mean, I don't believe senators can. I don't even think vice presidents can declassify most things. So I'm pretty certain a senator cannot. So there you go. Again, every benefit of the doubt is given uh, when they try to ignore a congressional subpoena or demand for records. Then it's okay if it's them. But Steve Bannon is going to jail for not abiding by a subpoena. So there you go. I mean, it's the Democratic Party, like I say, left, right, center, Republican, Democrat. It doesn't matter who you are. God bless you, and thank you for watching. And just an amazing 23 and year, and happy and joyous and healthy and safe and wonderful, prosperous year for everybody. It doesn't matter where you are on the political spectrum. I come with a distinct vantage point, but I don't want people to think that I'm just like, going after, like, embedded within this tribalism. And I don't really care if you're watching. Thank you. I don't care what you think about politics. I put friendship and family and life above politics. A lot of people on the left don't do that. But anyway, I just think that you have a situation where I just think you have a situation where it's a big problem, ladies and gentlemen. And I think it's a big problem for Biden. Give me your thoughts below. I think they want him to resign. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe to this channel right now.